In today's video, we'll be answering questions submitted by you for my 50K Q&A. So first of all, thank you so much to everybody for the amazing support over the past 2 years. Can't even believe it's been that long already. I definitely would not keep going and continuing to post on this channel if it wasn't for the daily support. So thank you so much. So I have a lot of questions that were submitted, and I separated it into 3 sections. So video games, random, and then ASMR related. Alright, so first random question. My favorite movies. So I actually brought one of my favorite mugs here today to give away what my favorite movies are. So I have 3 favorite movies: A New Hope, The Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. Specifically, those 3 movies are very nostalgic to me because I grew up watching them with my parents and my siblings. It's like the movies that I could watch over and over again and just never get bored. Alright, next question. If I were hosting a dinner party, what would be on the menu? So for sure it would be a cheeseburger and fries. I am a very casual person. I don't like anything fancy, and a cheeseburger is my favorite food in the world. So that would definitely be on my menu. And then chocolate chip cookies for dessert. My favorite shoes, somebody asked. So I think Vans, Converse, Birkenstocks. And then I just got a new pair of sneakers that are really, really comfortable. They are, hang on, let me see. They are the Brooks Stealth Fit. Anyways, I needed comfortable shoes to walk all day. I work at home and I have a under the desk treadmill, and so I'm walking a lot and they are super comfortable if anybody's looking for a new pair of sneakers. Next question was, do I like anime? Yes, so I always like to say I grew up watching anime because I grew up watching Pokemon, but I watch so much anime. It's actually really the only TV I watch. It's funny because I only have Crunchyroll. I don't have Netflix or any other streaming platform, no cable, nothing. Just YouTube and Crunchyroll. But I watch a lot of different types of anime. So of course, the mainstream ones. I loved Attack on Titan. Jujutsu Kaisen is one I'm watching right now. I think what else? I loved Chainsaw Man recently. Spy Family's cute. And then I also watch tons of romantic and slice of life type anime. I just find it very relaxing. So definitely one of my favorite things to do when I'm relaxing is watch anime. And I'd say my favorite anime of all time would probably be Steins Gate. I love it. Actually need to rewatch it again soon. Alright, so next is video games. So first question is, am I a video game collector? And when did I start collecting? So I like to say that I started collecting when I was about 10. I had grown up playing video games with my siblings, my parents, but I think when I got my Game Boy Color, that's when I became addicted to video games. And I think that's when I also started collecting. So I have all of my childhood games, and I also have all of my siblings' games because none of them care anymore, so that has been very beneficial. And then at the same time, my husband actually grew up collecting as well, so we have since combined our collections, and now we are actively collecting daily, so always have our growing list of games that we're trying to find, things from childhood, things that are just valuable that we want to have in the collection. So always on the hunt for different games. Let me know if you're a collector too in the comments. And where do I buy them? So like I said, a lot of the older games that I show in videos were just ours from childhood. But if we are trying to find games that we don't have, there's a few things we do. So we do have a game store in our town. So if there's something that comes through the store that they know we're looking for, we obviously could buy it there. We also do look at yard sales and Facebook Marketplace, although I will say that's definitely more challenging, especially in the past few years, mainly because the value of games has really increased. So if you have any games in your basement, make sure you check the prices before selling them at yard sales, because you might be sitting on a gold mine. And did I ever work at a game store? No. Although that would be really cool. I'd definitely like to have my own game store someday. Maybe I could open up the first ASMR game store. If I could go back and replay a game for the first time, what would it be? So it would for sure be Pokemon Red for my Game Boy Color. That's probably, again, the first game that got me really addicted to video games. I had played Mario and other games growing up, but I think that's the first game that I was obsessed with. So I think if I could go back and play it for the first time, that would be amazing. If you could spend a year in any video game world, what would it be? So I was thinking hard about this one because there's so many video game worlds that I love, and I was going to originally say something related to Zelda, but I decided to go with Stardew Valley. Now I don't think I would be a farmer in Stardew Valley. I was thinking that instead I would like to be the character Elliot. He lives in a little beach hut, and that just seems so relaxing to me right now. So yeah, definitely Stardew Valley, and definitely living on the beach. Alright, next question. My favorite game of all time. So that's a tricky one, but I think Pokemon Red, Ocarina of Time, and then I have so many favorites that are newer games, but if I really had to pick, thinking about a game that I could play over and over, it would probably be Skyrim. And then my favorite video game series, definitely Zelda. I grew up playing a lot of the Zelda games, and similar to Pokemon, they just have a really special place in my heart. So Ocarina of Time, Twilight Princess, Wind Waker. Alright, so now the ASMR questions. Alright, so why did I start a YouTube channel? So I actually, maybe 5 years ago, really wanted to start doing something else on the side besides my full-time job. So I actually had a few failed attempts at starting something. So I started a blog, and that was all about finances. I'm actually really passionate about finances and money management, so did that, but then I kind of stopped enjoying it. And then I did another YouTube channel, and that was fun, but it was geared toward kids. I was actually just reading children's books to kids, and it wasn't ASMR, it was just fun. And why specifically ASMR? So I was introduced to ASMR maybe 8 or 9 years ago. So it was definitely not like it is today on YouTube. So I would watch just random things on YouTube that helped me sleep. So when I filmed that first video, it was really because I just wanted to hopefully help others. Alright, so next question. Popular question. Why don't I show my face, and will I ever show my face? So I don't show it mainly for my job. When I first started this channel, and even today, I just didn't want anybody that I work with to know I do this just for privacy. And it's still like that today. Now, if I didn't have that job, would it change? Maybe. So I'm not going to say never. But right now, continuing to do what I do outside of YouTube, I will be continuing to film like this for the time being. So my favorite ASMR trigger. So I love British accents, and I also like anything visual, so tracing, drawing. I like watching iPad ASMR, and I also like watching medical exams, especially the old school ones that have been around for a really long time. But in general, I would say British ASMR is my favorite. Have I ever been recognized by chin or by voice? No, I definitely have not. My favorite video I've ever filmed. I don't know if I have a favorite of all time, but I think recently the Pokemon videos. I decided to start recollecting Pokemon cards, as some of you might have seen. So I'm working hard to complete my 151 collection. I did collect Pokemon cards for many years, and actually I will be doing a video very soon showing you my childhood binder. So I'm excited to film that. My ASMR setup. So a lot of people reach out about this. So I actually recently linked everything that I use in my description box, and then any other little things I used are in my Amazon storefront, also linked in my description box. But it's a very basic setup. So I have my backdrop against a wall. I have a table here that I will keep my supplies on, any of my props, and then I have my camera and a ring light. Very, very basic. I probably will eventually upgrade some things, and I have upgraded some things over the past 2 years, so I started off with a different mic. Actually, I started off with my phone, then I got a mic, now I have this mic, so it's my second, I guess. And you don't even need to use an expensive mic or an expensive camera. You can just start using the basics, which is what I did. Do I have a job outside of YouTube? And do I enjoy it? So like I said, yes, I do have a full-time job outside of YouTube. And I would say that yes, I do enjoy it. But just like so many jobs, it is very stressful. And it's definitely hard to be done with my 9 to 5 and then do YouTube on top of it. So I've definitely had to learn how to balance both jobs. Again, it's something that I'm still learning to balance every single day. Would I ever create custom videos? So yes, I would love to be able to create custom videos, maybe 1 or 2 per month for customers. But unfortunately right now I just do not have the time. So maybe someday that will happen. So the last questions actually are related to YouTube tips. So I'll kind of bundle them all together. But just in general, any YouTube tips I can offer. So anybody who is interested in starting a channel, no matter what the topic, I would say just go for it. Especially now that the requirements to get monetized are a little bit less. Go for it. You have nothing to lose. Like I said, I failed at my first few endeavors before actually having something take off a little bit. So just go for it and don't give up. And definitely, no matter what, don't compare your channel to other channels, because everybody's different and every channel's different. And what's really hard about YouTube is the algorithm is always changing. So once you think you know something, or once you have something down, the next day it is different. So again, it comes with a lot of learning, a lot of research, and just keeping at it. If you start your channel and you really fall in love with what you're doing, you just have to be very determined, and I'm sure you will have success. But this is my piece of advice to anybody who's ever going to start a channel. Do not let the negative comments put you down. And that's not just for YouTube, that's for any social media. I think we all know that unfortunately there's so many people out there who just want to put other people down. So just do your best to ignore it. Pay attention to the good comments you're getting and the audience that you're building who love you. And just remember that it is your channel. So no matter how many people criticize you or say you should do something differently, at the end of the day, it's your choice. So don't let anybody put you down. And then the last question was, what videos do I have coming up? So some Pokemon, a few holiday videos, so a holiday game store. I'll be looking through a holiday edition of Game Informer from the 90s. Then I think I also have a hotel check-in that's holiday themed. And then of course some other videos mixed in between. And I think that's it. So thank you for submitting questions. And thank you again so much for all of your love and support. I really would not be doing this without your positive comments every day, knowing that I'm helping people. So I appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.